I'm 52 years old now. I like to divide the audience between old and young. I'm now so old, ladies and gentlemen, people change the rules of life, only nobody tells you when they change the rules. I am so old, join with me old people, I'm so very, very old. I can remember when porn stars had pubes. Everybody else in the audience, you had one fucking defining moment in life when you went, fucking hell, what's happened to the pubes? Because I don't go on the young person's interweb much at all. I was helping my daughters out with what I thought was a humble cookery website. I logged on to noshmysausage.com. I couldn't believe what I saw when I went on there. There were just hundreds of Eastern European people, not a single damn pube between them, I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen. All thrashing away, 10 to the dozen, God bless them, they put their back into their work, the Eastern Europeans. Not like your bone-idle fucking British porn stars. Won't even get into bed for less than £10 an hour. I looked at these Eastern European people and I thought, poor buggers, they obviously made them all work at Chernobyl. They've got some sort of bizarre genital alopecia going on there. But I thought, you know, if foreign people want to come to this country, if they want to come to my country, if foreign people want to come to my country and put mucky films on my computer, fucking let them in! All of them! Now! Can get a boat at Dover, a trawl, get in and pants off. Well done, you fucking Eastern. Because the thing is, anybody who voted Brexit in here is going to be very disappointed on the 1st of November if we leave with no deal. Not because of the economy, but because of pornography. You Brexiteers are ironically going to log on to your favourite foreign website, and there'll just be a sign coming up going, sorry Johnny Britisher, you've left. We're redirecting you to an English porn site, Bradford's fattest women. This is Doris, she's got teeth. She's quite the fucking looker. Have you ever looked at an English porn site? Don't answer that, love, they're terrible, aren't they? Just fucking, English porn is awful, you're just looking at it going, your soft furnishings are dreadful, love. Have you ever heard of B&Q? Those curtains are fucked, so are those. But anyway, you do though, don't fucking tell me that you don't. It's just like, this is awful. But I'm not getting much, and if you're not getting much, I've joined Manchester's cheapest dating club. Oh yeah, Manchester's cheapest dating club. Last week I went there, and I had sex with a tramp. Turns out that means I'm a homeless sexual. Thank you very much. Not a very considerate lover, he just lay outside a cash point going, spare cock! I thought, go on then, you smooth talking bastard. A week before that, I went back to Manchester's cheapest swingers club, and I did it with a lady. I did it with a lady who enjoyed being flogged senseless with children's modelling clay. She was a Play-Doh masochist. Anyway. I'm like, I know you're enjoying that, darling, just don't shove morph up there. What would Tony Hart have thought about that? Fucking remember Tony Hart? He could understand what morph was saying. If that fucker wasn't on drugs, I'm Chinese. Fucking these days I consider myself a metrosexual. The closest I get to sex is cracking one off to a free newspaper that I get at the train station. Hello, good evening. Now, what else can we talk about? I've got two lovely kids. Anybody else here got kids? Join in, not with you. What a sigh of disappointment that was. And you? Anybody got kids? Nah. I've got two lovely kids, Madonna and Brittany, and fuck off, it's council. Get a free council house if you call it that in Manchester. And teachers are not very bright. Are there any teachers in today? Just you? Yeah, whatever. I think for comedy purposes you might be lying, but I'll go with it because you're giving me the death stare. What have we learned in school today, kids? People wear Vespers at clubs. I'd fucking listen if you were my teacher. I'd be fucking teaching sorted out. But my daughters, we used to have classes which are like 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and 6, that kind of thing. These days, the classes the kids are in are named after the year the kid is in and the initial of the teacher's second name. So last year, my eldest was in class 3R for Mr. Richardson, okay? So it's class 3, you've been there, yeah, but you're not allowed there anymore, are you? Because you're on the register, aren't you, sir? Good. And she was in 3R for Mr. Richardson. This year she was in class 4. This is where the teachers aren't too bright. She was in class 4. This is a true story. In class 4, and the teacher's initial of her second name was the letter Q. This is a true story. This last September, it was Miss Quinn who was in charge of class 4. My daughter was in class 4Q. The headmaster lined up an entire school and shouted at them, "4Q, line up!" I went, "You fucking what?" And he went, "4Q," and I went, "You 4Q as well, you twat." And he kept going to 4Q, and me and the rest of the dads, we formed a support group called the 4Q Dads and got t-shirts made and everything. The teachers didn't get this until I put it on the Manchester Evening News website, until fucking the local news were there. They didn't get what class 4Q might mean. So they've actually changed it now. They've changed it to class 4Q2. Which isn't that bright. Well, let's face it, it could have been class U2 and then Bono would have turned up and told the kids the streets had no name. And that would have been a fucking disaster.